Hi, my name is Jenny Buchanan, and I am a second-year veterinary student. I attended Kaskaskia College on a soccer scholarship to complete the first 2 years of my undergrad, and then I transferred to Murray State, where I majored in pre-veterinary medicine to get my bachelor's degree in agricultural science. I chose the University of Illinois for vet school because it is where I got accepted. I applied to several veterinary schools, and I had interviews at 3 veterinary schools and was accepted at the University of Illinois. It is also closer to my hometown, and it benefited me cost-wise. So we had several animals growing up, and I had always had a strong passion for caring for them. And when one of our horses got sick in the family and ended up passing away, I was motivated to attend veterinary school due to the shortage of large animal veterinarians in our area. Since entering veterinary school, my passion has definitely increased, to say the least, especially after working in a veterinary clinic and seeing the patients that we get at the University of Illinois and how I could make a difference. Yeah, I've worked on several animals ranging from kangaroos to horses and cows. I am mainly interested in equine, but I also would like to do cows and stay mainly large animal focused. However, I have done a lot of work with cats and dogs as well, and I would like to maybe do 1 or 2 days of that a week. Yeah, so Illinois is very unique where they offer 16 weeks of clinical experience in the first 2 years. So the second 8 weeks of my first year of vet school, I was able to do clinics at the University of Illinois, and I had several different rotations ranging from dermatology to small animal surgery to surgical skills. These clinics are really great in allowing you to advance your knowledge and apply what you had learned in the first quarter of vet school, and it allows you to develop skills that you will utilize for the rest of your life as a vet. And then when I go back to school in the spring of my second year, I will have another 7 weeks of clinics to further expand my skills. Yeah, so one of the hardest things is relearning how to study. I always had good study habits in undergrad, and then when I got to vet school, I had to change those study habits and learn how to study differently to where it worked for me in vet school. I had to spend a lot more hours, write a lot more stuff out, utilize different methods like Quizlet and writing stuff out on the whiteboard and studying in groups with friends too. One of the key ethical dilemmas at the university versus in a clinic is more of the practical side of things. So like in the university, things are more straightforward. You have different services for different types of exams and that kind of thing. Whereas in practice, you do that all yourself. So in practice, I would have to do the physical exam, and I'm the dermatologist there, and I take the radiographs there, versus at the university, you have different services where you would transfer a patient. And sometimes the cost varies too, like it's not always clinical in the university because we're seeing a patient for that one service, rather the patient as a whole in the clinic. Yeah, so that's always a hard one. Working with animals when you have to, at the end of life stages, is really hard, but overall, I look at it more as ending their suffering, not as having to end their life as a whole. It's able to give the owners peace and you peace knowing that your patient isn't in pain anymore. Yeah, one specific goal for me is definitely graduating. Of course, that's my main goal in vet school. And I've achieved that through developing good study habits, developing a close group of friends at school, developing close relationships with professors, and being involved in several clubs. And I also have a part-time job in the theriogenology department at the university, and that allows me to help reach that goal, so I always know I have someone that I can reach out to. No, not really. I've worked on snakes, I've worked on birds, I have done kangaroos, foxes, wolves even, horses, cows, pigs, goats, dogs, cats. I really enjoy working on them all, although I don't think I could work on snakes all the time. Yeah, so definitely stay determined, don't give up. It's a long, intensive, and expensive process to apply to vet school. You have several interviews and different applications to go through, but get in the clinic and remind yourself why you would like to be a vet. Stick with it and study hard, and you don't have to have a 4.0 to get into vet school. Yeah, so to get into vet school, I spent a lot of time in the clinic for sure, but they also look at your extracurricular activities, your leadership experience. So I was really involved in certain clubs like pre-veterinary club. I was also involved in horticulture club and different clubs like that where you can really show your leadership and your passion about the field, and that will help you stand out as well as why you wanted to be a vet. So keep that reason, and it's not just because you love animals. Lots of people love animals. You have to want to make a difference in the veterinary field. So upon graduation, I would really like to focus on reproduction, specifically AI and embryo transfer. I have developed a true passion for that working in the therio department at the school, and was able to pull out 9 to 10 foals up there this last spring. And then I'm also really interested in sports medicine, as I do ranch sorting myself, and I have a true passion for how our equine partners are true athletes. Yeah, I see veterinary medicine advancing significantly in the next 10 to 15 years, especially when I get out of school. We're getting lots of new technology and products that allow us to help our equine partners, and not just equine, but in small animal as well, and in every animal aspect in general, that would allow us to maybe save lives in the future that we aren't able to save now, like tendon and ligament issues, and how that's advanced so far in the last 5 years.